Okay, guys, here we go. This is Cruising with the Case Handler. I'm about to introduce my colleagues here on this wonderful, beautiful show. It's 29 minutes before the hour on a Tuesday, my birthday week. I have to keep repeating that for those of us who don't know that a Leo was born on the 21st of August. A lion was born. Aggressive, yet compassionate, a lot of oxymorons, all right? Handsome, never ugly, always positive, all right? Always make sure that you get all the information you need when it comes to law by way of my attorneys, whether it's my personal injury attorney, which he has an announcement to make, and I'll let him do that, but he has settled millions of dollars for a people. Or maybe it's the Maverick, aka Nelson Madrid, has become a great friend of mine because no matter what time of the night, what time of the day, whether it's partying, working, I call him, he answers the phone and is helping out my friends who need immigration help. That's what it's all about when it comes to this handsome, wonderful Leo that is celebrating his birthday this coming Friday. Enough about me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cruising with the Case Handler right here on 93.5 WVIP FM across the entire terrain. We've got the attorneys on board today, Adam Handler and Nelson Madrid. They're the ones that's going to be speaking with me about questions that you may have or telling us about some true success stories. Before we get into it, it's brought to you by the law firm, Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico. That's PPID. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we can reach them for free phone consultations. You can start calling now. They've been getting thousands of calls over the past few months. If you would like to get yourself a free phone consultation on personal injury, free phone consultation on immigration, that simply means you need help. Ladies and gentlemen, get a consultation for free over the phone now. And that number happens to be 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. And of course, Cruising with a Case Handler is proudly sponsored and powered by, of course, BioLife Energy Systems. With that said, let me jump into one of the attorneys and welcome Adam Handler, my co-pilot. How are you doing today, man?
Good morning, my brother. You stole my line. I was going to say, hey, this is your birthday week. You know why I know that? Because you won't stop talking about it. That's amazing, my brother. August 21st, everybody's just going to stop what they're doing and saying happy birthday to you, Squeeze. So
by the way, Adam, you've known me for over 15 years. Yeah. What do I like a lot as gifts? What do I like? What do I always get myself? What do I like?
I mean, is it a watch?
That's one of them.
Is it a car?
That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah, I saw that, man. I got a. Is that the orange little beast right there?
As long as it's not the orange man.
Yeah, that's right. So you are officially cruising with the Case Handler in a beautiful, beautiful car, which I hope to borrow someday. Ladies and gentlemen, years ago, this is probably 14 years ago. So I was in my late 20s. Squeeze said to me, "You ever drive an Aston Martin before?" And I'm like, I think I was driving like a Volvo or something at the time. I said, "No." And this man gave me the keys to his Aston Martin, and I drove it around for about 4 days, and feeling great. And maybe that was my the gateway drug for me for my passion for beautiful automobiles. But
sure how much I trust my friends, but more importantly, how much I trust my attorney.
That's right. Listen,
any of you can have my car any day.
Yeah, listen, who's going to drive safer than a personal injury attorney, right? But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. A gorgeous, gorgeous day, or at least it was sunny. It was sunny when I got to the office early this morning. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. We are Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico. We are attorneys here, broadcasting live on 93.5 FM. Thank you for listening. Broadcasting live on Facebook. Thank you for watching. And we're here to answer your questions for 100% free over the phone. That's right. No strings attached. All you have to do is save the number and call the number. It's our way of giving back to the community that has embraced us. We are so grateful for your support, so grateful for your loyalty and dedication. And we've done some incredible, incredible things for you folks out there listening and your families as well, whether it's personal injury or legalizing your status here in the United States. All you have to do is save that number, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law. PPID stands for Pollock, Isaac, DeSico, and is also a very good way for me to ask Squeeze if he's down with the firm. When I ask him, Squeeze, you down with PPID?
Come on, Adam, man. It's my birthday week. You know me.
That's right. And Nelson loves that. I know Nelson loves that every day. Ladies and gentlemen, all seriousness, if you are listening right now, it would behoove yourself. We used to put that thing on the back. It would behoove yourself not to save our number. Listen, there's no stupid questions. I've had people call the firm and say, I was hesitant to call because I really didn't want to ask a question. It was a silly question. No. That's not how it works. There are no silly questions. There are no stupid questions. There are stupid mistakes for you failing to seize the opportunity to get the information you need. There is no risk to you whatsoever, no reason why you shouldn't be calling our firm this instant or after this show and getting your questions answered for 100% free. I dare you. In fact, if you don't think that the call is free and you somehow think this is some kind of scam, you call the radio station. You say, hey, Handler and Squeeze and Nelson and Conrad, you know, they're selling a bag of tricks. I didn't get a free consultation. It's not going to happen. We do not charge for information here over the phone at the firm. But again, all you have to do is call our number, 844-774-3529.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen, 844-774-3529. We're going to be talking about a few things today, ladies and gentlemen. Adam's got a whopping true success story that he's going to be popping on us right here about personal injury. And once again, if you get into that car accident on the 678, on the I-95, on the parkway, on the throughway, on the walkway, on the roadway, doesn't matter what kind of a way, you call one man. That's the most powerful man when it comes to personal injury. There's nobody else in this hemisphere, the tri-state area, that is as good as this man in getting money from insurance companies and other entities for you. None. So right now, stop what you're doing. Take your phone out. Don't store the number for Squeeze. Don't store the number because I yell and scream on the radio. Don't store the number because you like me or dislike me. Store the number because you want the most money. God forbid you get slammed with a car or truck. You slip on the sidewalk. You get hurt in a business or wherever. You call this number. Store it. Dial it now. Let it ring 15 seconds. Adam is going to answer the phone right this second just to make sure that your number is stored. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Make that link, make that call to your personal injury attorney, 844-774-3529. Make the call right now, ladies and gentlemen, because that man, Adam Handler, your case handler, is going to fight for you. And he doesn't lose. That's not what he's all about. Winning is what he's all about. All right. And we should start like winning Wednesdays, man. That's the next thing we should start. Winning
Wednesdays. All right.
Yeah, we should start that tomorrow. All right. Anyway, now, how many of you, on a serious note, how many people are here listening to this radio show, 93.5, or is on Facebook right now, saving the number, and also, of course, listening to hear their immigration question answered? Thousands. I am 100% sure about that. Many of you. But guess what? I know that you have been listening to other immigration people. But ladies and gentlemen, you cannot take a risk under this administration. You have to choose your weapons very carefully. Now, the other question is this. How many of you have your green cards? How many of you are not citizens? How many of you are saying, no, I don't want to become a U.S. citizen. I hate Donald Trump. I hate the orange man. I don't like it, what it is that this country has become. Okay? So you're saying to yourself that you don't want to become a citizen. Do you know how many benefits there are in becoming a citizen? Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump off the immigration segment of Cruising with a Case Handler with my attorney, Nelson Madrid. I call him the Maverick, speaking on naturalization, speaking on becoming a citizen, because it is extremely important that you become a citizen. And what I want to say, I'm a Jamaican, but I'm also an American. You can have dual citizenship for most countries. All right. I know Japan, you can't do that. All right. Or Germany. But let's talk with Nelson Madrid about becoming a citizen, naturalizing, what it takes, what's needed, what could potentially stop you, why you need an attorney, God forbid you have been arrested, why you need an attorney, seeing that it's a little bit more challenging right now. So Nelson, as I ask everybody on Facebook to share to at least 10 people, can you expound a bit on becoming a citizen here in the beautiful United States of America, because it's still beautiful?
Sure. So I think it's important to obviously first start off by saying that only U.S. citizens are allowed to vote. And obviously in this day and age, that's something that's very, very important, irrespective of your political beliefs, okay? Everyone has a voice and everyone should be heard. So let's talk about applying for citizenship by application, right? If you have been a permanent resident for at least 5 years, you are eligible for citizenship. There are certain requirements you have to meet. First is, again, you have to be a permanent resident for at least 5 years. You have to be at least 18 years of age. You have to demonstrate continuous residence and physical presence in the United States. You had to have resided at least 3 months in the state in which you file your application. You need to be a person of good moral character. You need to be able to read, write, and speak in English. Now, let's briefly go into each area, just in case anyone has any questions. I'd say the biggest and typically the most difficult is good moral character, right? A lot of people say, well, what's good moral character? Am I eligible? You know, I have one arrest. It happened 10 years ago. It happened 12 years ago. If you're applying under the 5-year rule, and the 5-year rule is a general rule, there's also a 3-year rule. You are eligible for citizenship if you've had your green card for 3 years, you've been married to a United States citizen for at least 3 years, and that person has been a citizen for 3 years. Then you can apply after 3 years. But the general rule is 5 years. So again, let's talk about good moral character. You have to demonstrate good moral character for the statutory period. So if you've been arrested in the previous 5 years and you file for citizenship now, immigration can actually go further back, right? There's quote unquote the 5-year look back rule. So if you've been arrested 3 years ago and then you've been arrested 10 years ago, immigration can now take those 2 arrests into consideration. Okay. Now, if you haven't been arrested in the prior 5 years, but you were arrested 10 years ago, depending on the seriousness of the arrest, of course, it's outside of the statutory period, and technically it should be a non-issue for your application for naturalization. Now, it's very important to state anyone with any type of criminal conviction should speak with an immigration lawyer before filing for citizenship, okay? Yep. I have seen many people try to do this on their own. They have a conviction. The line I often get is, oh, it's a misdemeanor. Some misdemeanors can disqualify you. You know, some misdemeanors are serious enough to put you into removal proceedings. You know, it's not something I would typically recommend someone do on their own.
I believe, Nelson, that if you have ever been arrested, period, they should come to you. It doesn't matter what it is. And you are right. I have heard of stories where people who have had misdemeanors have gotten put in removal proceedings. So no matter how small the arrest is, I've heard people say, well, I only jumped a turnstile and they arrested me. No matter what it is, you should actually go and sit down with the attorney, Nelson Madrid. And that's the reason why you should call him now for that free phone consultation and then hire him afterwards. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. You may proceed, Nelson.
So let's just discuss the process really quickly so people know what to expect. Once you file for naturalization, typically Now it's taking a little longer, but typically you get a receipt in about 2 weeks. The receipt notice is a receipt from immigration just confirming that they've received your application and your application is in process. A few months down the line, you will be scheduled for a fingerprint appointment, okay? Fingerprint appointment is obviously they want to run your background and make sure there's nothing there that could jeopardize your eligibility for naturalization. Eventually, you will be scheduled for a naturalization interview, okay? Something that I've seen officers do now is when they call you, you know, they'll go out and say, David, David Aniki, and you'll stand up, say, yes, that's me. They'll say, come with me. They start talking to the people to see if you, in fact, speak English, okay? And I've had a few clients stumble in that area. It's gotten a lot stricter. It's a requirement. Before, people spoke just enough English to answer the questions. Now it's become a little more difficult. They actually try to engage people in conversation. You walk into a room, you sit down. Typically, they start off by asking civics questions or history questions, right? About the United States. You know, who is the Secretary of State? Name me 4 of the original 13 colonies. These are all questions you should actually have studied before the interview, okay? You only need 6 out of 10 questions right. Some officers, once you answer 6 questions, move on to the next part of the exam. Other officers ask you all 10 questions. Then they will ask you to read something off, it's like an iPad. It's very simple. It's typically a sentence. Christmas falls in the month of December. Once you read that, they will ask you now to write. The 4th of July is Independence Day. You have to write the 4th of July is Independence Day. Typically, Squeeze, until you pass all 3 of these, you know, different little tests, they don't even go into your application. You know, I've had clients fail and not know the civics portion of the exam, and the officers say, well, it's not, I'm not even going to review your application because you failed the civics portion, so there's no need to go into the application.
Right.
Okay, so it's important to go in there prepared. Then they go over your application, you know, just to make sure nothing's changed from the time you filed. If everything is in order and everything is okay, the officer will typically tell you that he will recommend your application for approval. Very, 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 very important. You are not a citizen until you actually take your oath ceremony. Okay, so a lot of people tell me, oh, I passed, I just needed my oath ceremony. Then you're not a citizen. Then you never were a citizen. Okay. After the interview, typically within a couple of months, you get an appointment for the oath ceremony. At the oath ceremony, you're given a piece of paper just to confirm all of the information, make sure you haven't been arrested while this process is going on. And then you take your oath ceremony. After your oath ceremony, you get your certificate of naturalization, and only then are you a United States citizen.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we call it the Maverick moment. You just heard a lot about citizenship. Now, one quick one before I turn it over to the big man himself, the money man, the case handler that will speak on personal injury. God forbid one gets into an accident. Let's talk about quickly, Nelson, my immigration attorney. People who are here or came here under a certain age and their parents were citizens, how they could become citizens, if they qualify, how they qualify, why they do not qualify.
So that, quite honestly, is a topic for another show because it's a lot of information. But typically, you know, if the child came and was in the custody of both parents, it would be when both parents became citizens. You'd have to look to the statute because the statute has changed over the years. You'd have to look to the statute at the time both parents naturalized. If the child came into custody of his mother, did the mother have, you know, legal custody of that child? Was that child under the age of 21? Was the mother separated, legally separated from the father at that time? There's a lot of different variables and there's a lot of different facts that
windows. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's a good question. That's a good question. And that's definitely a topic for another show.
That's the reason why you both are going to send me to law school, you know?
Never too late to start, my friend. I remember I was in law school. There was a gentleman in our class that was 58 years old. My first year law, 58 years old. So he was 62 when he graduated. He was a teacher and taught for 25 years and retired and went into law. Not really sure what he does now, but it was truly amazing to see that somebody would just make such a huge life change, and that's a commitment, not only financial but time wise as well. And hopefully he's doing well. But it's never too late, Squeeze. So we will send you. I know right now you just have your PhD, right? Your player hating degree.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. All right. But hey, you never know, man. I might take you up on that offer. It's been a while since I've done the whole schooling thing, So we'll go there. Anyway, 9 minutes before the hour, you just heard from Nelson Madrid. Once again, immigration is extremely important in this nation. It's a minefield, as Conrad Pollock, one of the managing attorneys at the firm, would say. Call now. The number is 844-774-3529. Everyone that's listening, watching, please dial the number now. And of course, have the number of an excellent attorney, and that's Nelson Madrid, 844-774-3529. When you call that number and you want that free phone consultation, hopefully you call before 10 o'clock. Call and just get on the list, 844-774-3529. Ask for the Maverick. They'll all understand, 844-774-3529. Now let's go to the money man. Is it the $120 million man?
Not anymore. Not anymore. It is now officially $125 million recovered, and that was by way of a $3 million settle. You're on mute, man.
$1 million.
There you go. There you go. We have some confidentiality issues we have to deal with right now because we have not received the funds yet, but we did settle a case last Thursday, for $3 million. This is a 93.5 FM listener. What?
Again.
Say it again.
Yeah. How much?
$3 million.
And
that brings the career total for the case handler team to $125 million. So Ruthie, update Facebook, update Instagram, update the website. It's not 120 million, it's 125 million dollars for case handler clients.
I have a
milestone.
I have a question, actually, Adam. It's
yes,
testimonial Tuesday.
Yes, well, I was actually going to ask you to introduce it, but you jumped the gun. So thank you so much for doing that.
I love Testimonial Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is Testimonial Tuesday? I say it once, I'll say it again. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Squeeze's word for it. Don't take other broadcasters on this radio station's word for it that's been promoting my practice for literally almost 2 decades now. The proof is in the pudding. And every Tuesday, we post what's called Testimonial Tuesday on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram. This is true life success stories. Don't take our word for it. Take the client's word for it. These are individuals that came to us after an accident with life-changing injuries and, of course, got life-changing money tax-free. Let's talk about Testimonial Tuesday for this week. Squeeze, if you'd be so kind to permit me to share my screen with the good people of Facebook. And ladies and gentlemen listening on 93.5 FM right now, if you're able to do so safely, I would ask you to go on Facebook and follow the Case Handler page. On Instagram, I would ask you to follow the Case Handler page. And you will be connected to our practice and Testimonial Tuesday and all the wonderful, wonderful things we've done over the years for the thousands of clients. Now we have obtained over $125 million for. Let's talk about what we posted yesterday. So or actually today for Testimonial Tuesday. And you can see here on Facebook, I mean, the cases, they go on and on and on and on, millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars for smiling faces. But this one is the latest one we could talk about. This is Jack. Jack was involved in an accident with a drunk driver. And this was a photograph that was taken pre-COVID. You can see two reasons why this is pre-COVID. Number one, we're sitting very close to each other. Number two, look at the hair on your boy, the case handler right there, Squeeze. I mean, look at those lovely locks, those flowing hair. You're like Samson. But unlike Samson, when I cut my hair, I don't lose my power. I think I just get stronger. So a wonderful day for Jack, who's a good dude right there. Had serious dreadlocks as well. I remember that. He was showing them off after he picked up that big check. I think he actually put his check up in there, up in that hat, keep it safe. But big money for Jack. What happened to Jack? And before we get to that, will you read that quote for me, Squeeze, please?
Absolutely. As you scroll down a little bit so I can actually read that quote. All right. They are a good team of lawyers. Thank you for helping me get through it. Jack from Brooklyn.
Yep. Confidential settlement. Didn't want anybody know how much money he was getting, but it was big money. He was actually involved in an accident with a drunk driver, a hit in the rear that he actually broke his nose and had to have a surgery. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why do we say this? Do you think Jack in a million years would have thought the day he was driving around in his car that he was going to get hit by a drunk driver and break his nose, requiring a surgery? Of course not. You can never anticipate an accident. Otherwise, they wouldn't be called accidents. You never know when disaster will strike. But he, like the thousands of people before him and the thousands of people after him, God willing, had the number saved. Were ready to go when the accident happened. They sought medical attention. The police came to the scene, and the next phone call they made was to your boy, the case handler at Pollock, Isaac DeSico. We got the case, and it was settled as quickly as possible. Look at that. The accident was January of 2018, and the settlement was October 2019. Less than 2 years later, he got full compensation for his injury, maximum compensation for his injury. And that's what we do here. I mean, we do big things, as you and others have said before you here at the firm. And we're happy to do it because we know justice has been served. In my work, justice is maximum compensation for injuries, time out of work, medical bills, and pain and suffering. For Nelson, justice is served when we can avoid deportation or legalize your status here in the United States. But again, unless you have that number saved, unless you call us, we will not know who you are. We will not know you need our help. And it all starts with having the phone number and saving the phone number and using the phone number. The information is free. There is nothing to lose, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing to lose at all. No stupid questions, just stupid mistakes. 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or 844-PPID-LAW.
Okay. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the number in a few times, all right? If you are listening to the radio station right now, if you are watching us on Facebook, I am David Squeezaniki, and I fully endorse PPID, Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico. I fully endorse these attorneys that you have heard on the radio station this morning. Adam Handler, which you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, is a personal injury attorney that has served the Caribbean community for well over 15 years. Nelson Madrid, he has over 13 years of immigration law experience that has helped thousands of people by way of the firm Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico that has been around for 60 years. With that said, every single person that's tuning in, do yourself a favor, do me a favor, and do the attorneys a favor. Store the number. You never know when you will need them. It is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. Thank you.
It's 10 o'clock.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we continue here on Facebook. I want to say thanks to, of course, all of our Facebook followers. Please, we ask of you to actually, ladies and gentlemen, share what it is that you're watching with us. Share with everyone that you know. Don't hold back. Just share. And we have other attorneys on board, such as the General, all right, that has actually been able to help out in a lot of cases at the firm. He's an individual who has a plethora of experiences with working with the Department of Homeland Security. So when you want the links, you link PPID. The number is 844-774-3529. Got a quick question here. My wife is a green card holder. This is on immigration. My wife is a green card holder, currently outside the United States. If she applied for the I-130 from outside of the USA, will there be any delay in the processing as she's outside the USA, or is it the same as if she applied online in the application process? Do they need my signature?
So I'm confused. The wife is, I guess, petitioning for the husband, and the wife is outside of the United States?
The wife is a green card holder, which is outside the United States. And they're saying if she applied for the I-130 from outside of the US, will there be any delay in the processing?
No, there shouldn't be any delay in the processing. It sounds like it's going to be a preference category, nevertheless. You know, and again, as a result of the presidential proclamation, those cases are presently on hold. But you could still go ahead and file your petition and get that in there, and hopefully at some point that that ban is lifted.
Got you. Here's another one. Good morning, everyone. My husband is getting confused about this I-864 form. Should he add his son or file separate form for him? His son is turning 17 next year, January.
I would need more facts. Why is he filling out an I-864 on behalf of who? You know, and typically, typically the I-864 is an affidavit of support. Typically, anytime you file a petition on behalf of an alien relative, it's an I-864 is required from the petitioner. Documents that should accompany the I-864 are typically 3 years of tax returns, I'd say 3 or 4 recent pay stubs, as well as an employment letter. I'm not sure, again, is he petitioning for his son? Who is he petitioning for? I would need more information.
And once again, folks, I know you're watching and you're sending your questions in the WhatsApp group, but do me a favor, please. Just call the firm. Talk with them off here privately and confidentially. Ask your questions directly. Ask for Nelson. Ask for Andrea. Ask for Conrad. Ask for, you know, Alexandra, Boss Lady Bondakov. Ask for one of the attorneys and they'll answer your question. And then choose to hire them. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Here's another one. My sister petitioned me, which is the F4 category back then. I don't have kids when she filed the petition. Now I have 5 kids. Wow. Will I be able to bring them with me when my priority date comes current?
Well, I believe that the children need to be under the age of 21. Otherwise, you're going to have to petition for them separately. Right. If your children are under 21, and an F4 is a brother and sister of an adult United States citizen. I think the priority date is currently 2006. So you're looking at about 14 years out. I don't know when that petition was filed, but it's something you have to take into consideration.
Gotcha. All right. Final one for the immigration segment. All the other questions, we've got to do them tomorrow. All right. Or the following day, as we do different segments of our show right here on Cruising with a Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. Final question here on immigration. It says, NBC says that the consular officer reserved the final decision to apply CSPA to my case. My CSPA age is 19 years and 11 months, but I will be 21 next month. Will my documents be reviewed and interview scheduled as per normal, or am I still affected by the ban?
You know, it depends. I don't know what preference category you are. I don't know who petitioned for you. There's, you know, sometimes you need a lot more facts before you can actually give any advice. You know, right. People like this should really, I mean, Squeeze, we don't charge for these calls. Exactly. You know, you can go ahead and give us a call. I mean, you know, no one is trying to sell you anything. In fact, all we're going to do is just give you information. But many times we have to ask more questions before we can give an answer.
Right.
You know, I can't. That's right. You can't just, you know, it's kind of like calling a doctor and saying my stomach hurts.
Right.
I mean, what does that mean? You know, it could be 10 different things. You know, he has to ask more questions. He has to see you. Sometimes in certain instances, you know, I've had clients call and say, look, I was arrested. It's nothing serious. I still need to see the disposition. You know, right. So give us a call, 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. We'd be happy to help you. And again, obviously, your question, we just need more facts before we can answer that question.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Cruising with the Case Handler, a show you can catch here at 9:30 a.m. each and every single weekday, sometimes even a little bit earlier, and sometimes, well, just about all the times we extend the show over. So reach out to the firm, Personal Injury and Immigration. Ask for Adam Handler, your case handler. Ask for Nelson Madrid, the Maverick, on immigration. The number to reach them at, as Nelson noted, is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. If you are on Facebook, do me a favor and share that phone number, 844-774-3529, with at least 10 of your friends that may need personal injury in the future or an immigration attorney. 844-774-3529. We must remind you that prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but obviously these attorneys have proven themselves 1,000 times over. Make sure you link them. 844-774-3529. Adam, Nelson, have yourself an amazing day.
My brother, thank you so much, man. Great show. And you know what? We'll have to remind everybody once again tomorrow that it's your birthday week.
Oh, we got to remind them every minute.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, man. Good one. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Same time, same bat number. All right. We'll catch up with you then.